Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope we're all doing well. Hope we're all doing well. This man, Natasha Jonas versus Mikaela. I'm going to try and do a full card review, but obviously it's on a quick thing here. But don't do a full card review of the fight that took, obviously the full card that took place in Sky Sports last night. So we will start off with the main event. The full card is down across the bottom of your screen right now. Sorry, that's the 1-1. It's that one. But let's start off with the main event. Let's start off with the controversial one, which was the main event where Natasha Jonas and Mikaela competed for the IBF World Welterweight Championship, which is Natasha Jonas' IBF title, of course. Where Natasha Jonas got the split decision win. But for me, very controversial and probably one of the biggest robberies you ever see in boxing, because you've got the image right there, right in front of you. How comes Mikaela has no bruises on her, but Natasha Jonas has? I'm sorry, but Natasha Jonas got beaten up, got proper beaten up in that fight. Tony Bellew, he needs to shut up the fucking clown. He needs to shut up the clown. Saying 97, 93, Mikaela's favourite is a disgrace. You're pretty disgraced you're disgraced, Tony, for your awful opinions as a pundit on boxing. So how about that, Tony? But for me, Mikaela, Kiyi won the fight for me. Kiyi won that fight. I started 7-3. Well, I don't start it like 97, 93. I started like I started 7 rounds in Mikaela's favour, 3 rounds in Jonas' favour. That's how I started it. And for me, Mayer won clearly. Mikaela won very clearly. It wasn't even close, people. It wasn't even close, in my opinion. And I called it in my preview. I told in my preview that something suspicious might go on where Natasha Jonas might get the decision because it's in Liverpool and she's the local girl in Liverpool. I know and Ben Salom is smelling that brown envelope. Well, he shouldn't be smelling that brown envelope at the moment because Mr. Ben Salom owes Eddie Hearn money, doesn't he? 7.1 million. So Ben Salom probably got his hands in his pockets after watching that fight, saying to the referee, yeah, change that score to that. So Jonas will win. Absolute mess. Absolute disgrace for me. And in back-to-back women fights, we have seen 2 robberies. Chantel Cameron robbed in the rematch against Katie Taylor, when again Chantel Cameron dominated Katie Taylor. Mikaela robbed for the second time in her career. She was robbed against Elisa Bamdana, now robbed against Natasha Jonas. It's an absolute disgrace, people. Absolute disgrace, and it needs to be called out. And I don't want to be conspiracist, but it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Let's be real. It's pretty obvious. You're doing Natasha Jonas, pretty fanboys at the inside, pretty jumping about. The Smith family. I respect the Smith family, but they need to be calling this out, saying it's not. Simple as that. But they won't. They'll be fucking biased and delusional. Just like Tony Bellew, just like Ben Salom as well. Because Ben Salom's fighter is Natasha Jonas, so it is what it is. It's an absolute disgrace. And I love Natasha Jonas. I love her because I'm from the UK. But it's just simply not right. Simply not right at all. She wasn't even close in that fight to win that fight. It was in my eyes, it was an easy win for Mikaela. Mikaela was far too good for Natasha Jonas. It's an utter disgrace. It's an utter disgrace. That's what it is. Absolute farce. That's what it is. And I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But the rematch, you know what? Let's have the rematch. Let's have the rematch in America. Let's see how Ben Salom likes that. When Mikaela dominates Jonas again in the rematch. But this time, if he does go to the US, Mayer will get the decision. And certainly so. You see how Ben Salom does that, but Ben Salom, he won't do that though. He won't do that because he'd be like, "Oh, we need to have the rematch and Robbery." Oh, shut up, then the bin. You're a fucking new kid. You're a new kid on the promoter scene, for God's sake. But this is boxing for you, so corrupt as anything. So corrupt as anything. But I just want to move on now, people. I just want to move on from that now. It's an utter disgrace. You don't feel sorry. All the UK fans need to feel sorry for Mikaela for being robbed. Natasha Jonas got beaten up, and the images show it. Not even a bruise on Mikaela, which sums it all up. In my opinion. But we move on to the tour main event. Saturday defeating Chap Curran during the British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles. I told it, didn't I? Obviously, I said a fifth round stoppage win for Saturday, but I did call it that Saturday will be very good under the new trainer. He will have that fire in his belly. And I did say Chap Curran, I said in my preview, Chap Curran's shown vulnerabilities that Saturday can exploit, in my opinion. Despite Chap Curran beating Mark F1 for me didn't have stains enough for Chap Curran. And this was a dominant performance from Saturday, in my opinion. It was a dominant performance and deservedly won the super middleweight championship with British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles. And I would love to see Saturday up against Mark Shepard in the rematch that only die to obviously recently beat Saturday. Yes, see how that rematch does, in my opinion. As Mark Shepard, who was also on the card, retained his super middleweight title belt with an injured hand in the dominant points win over Jermaine Brown. So a good performance from Shepard as well, especially with the injured hand. Up next, Christos Atensdorf, then Sierra Furtado. A big step up from Atensdorf, a very good step up, as he needed a knockdown in the first round to probably win the fight, because I started 5-3 in Atensdorf's favour with the knockdown. So a very good step up an opponent for Atensdorf, very good step up, and this is probably in the long term, but I'd love to see an Atensdorf versus Stein Nicholson fight. It would be the battle of the boxing IQs, in my opinion, that fight. But that's one for the future, and in the long term, when they're both at the same level, but Nicholson's obviously at the higher level at the moment. But Atensdorf is close now to moving a step closer to a world title shot. Also on the card, we saw Alan McKenna pick up a sixth round stoppage win against last-minute opponent Mikaela, which was meant to be Jonas, but he fell ill towards the last minute on fight week, so it had to be Mikaela. And Mikaela was a decent last-minute opponent. It was a bit wet. He was reckless, which probably cost Ellison in the end. But he did caught McKenna a few times. But Alan McKenna, good performance with a bottom move performance with a 6-round stoppage win over Mickey Ellison. And I would say I think that Alan McKenna first to go for your fight will eventually get made again. Will get remade, in my opinion. That will be the next fight from McKenna. And elsewhere, we saw the fraternal Chap Massey with a devastating first round knockout win. And 1 year ago, who remembers 1 year ago, Chap Massey took Joseph Parker all the way to the distance. And look where Joseph Parker is now. He's back in the top 5 of the best heavyweights in the world after Joseph Parker's year. And that was an underwhelming Joseph Parker when Chap Massey faced him as well. So how it's no change in the year. And Chap Massey, good to see him back. There is fights out there for Chap Massey. I would love to see Chap Massey against Mikaela, who recently lost to ISA champion. I think that will be a pretty dust stuff that between Well and Chap Massey. And finally, we saw the debut of Steve Clark. 4-round contest. Got a 3rd round stoppage win. He got a 3rd round stoppage win after his opponent obviously turned his back. I think it was a bit of a ridiculous stoppage, to be honest with you. I don't think you should be stopping the fight for that, in my opinion. Just give him a warning But Steve Clark, from my first impressions, he's not done extensions as Steve Clark, but obviously better step ups to come for Steve Clark. So that is my Natasha Jonas versus Mikaela Mayer fight through, full card through. Feel free to see your thoughts down below on all the fights I've talked about. Take care, stay safe, see you later. Utter disgraceful. Mikaela Mayer robbed for the second time in her boxing career, as Natasha Jonas gets a robbery decision. Take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video.